Hi everybody, there are a ton of really cool games coming out this August, but I think that the ones that have me the most excited are the indie games, especially two indie games in particular, WrestleQuest and then the much anticipated Sea of Stars. But in addition to those, there's 9 other great games coming out this month, so let's go ahead and start going through them in release order. First up, Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed Director's Cut, to be released August 1st for the PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. This was originally released back in 2014 for the PS3 and 4, as well as the Vita. And whenever I saw this, I about immediately ignored it. But maybe I should actually play it this time around. I mean, it seems to have its fans out there, and this is the definitive edition after all. Here, you're thrust into a conspiracy plaguing the town, and you fight alongside a colorful cast of allies known as the Akiba Freedom Fighters. Nanashi must defend his fellow otaku from vampire predators, and he hysterically discovers that the best way to do this is to strip them naked and expose them to the sun. This edition features all previously released DLC, new Japanese and English voice acting, a true ending route starring Katie, original side quests, and an arsenal of new weapons and armor. Number 2, Baldur's Gate, to be released for the PC on August 3rd. It probably comes as no surprise to any of you here that I've never played a Baldur's Gate game. I mean, they are a Western RPG after all, based upon Dungeons & Dragons, which I've also never played, so it didn't exactly seem right up my alley or anything. But I might have to change my tune here. Not only has this been getting rave reviews, but it's also not action. It's actually turn-based. Here you can play as one of 12 different classes from 11 different races, as you adventure, battle, and romance your way through the Forgotten Realms either solo or as a party of up to 4 different members. Number 3, WrestleQuest, to be released on August 8th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. I had the pleasure of playing the demo of this a couple of months back, and boy, does it live up to the hype. You play as an up-and-coming pro wrestler and explore worlds based upon the careers of people like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Andre the Giant. It's set in a beautifully crafted pixel universe where professional wrestling and RPG fantasies collide. And I, for one, cannot wait to pick this up and really get into it, because this isn't like a crappy license game where they're trying to make sales based upon their names. This is actually like a really solid RPG. Number 4, Tower of Fantasy, to be released on August 8th for the PS4 and 5. Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail have changed the mobile gaming landscape. No longer can you just dismiss a mobile game as complete and utter trash because, some of them are actually quite good. And Tower of Fantasy might be one of them. It is an MMO action RPG consisting of multiple worlds, such as the post-apocalyptic wasteland Asperia, and Vera, a dreamland composed of the boundless deserts, a cyberpunk city, and the Grand Sea. You can choose how to tackle this world in your own way, whether alone or with friends. But, it is free, so you might as well give it a shot and see how it is. You really have nothing to lose except for your time. Number 5, Banshu Tactics, released on August 10th for the PC. Inspired by Final Fantasy Tactics, River City Ransom, and the Japanese manga Cruise, this is a strategy turn-based RPG set amongst the rivalry of 3 different Japanese high schools. But since the leader of Minutu High School just graduated last year, there's kind of like a power struggle going on to see who's boss. And can you rise to the top of the gang in your own high school while also beating up the gangs from the other schools? Come find out in this wacky take on the tactical RPG genre. Number 6, Atlas Fallen, to be released on August 10th for the PS5, Xbox, and PC. Let's go back in time. Does anybody else remember Sadira the Sandwich from that Aladdin cartoon? No? Just me? Okay. Anyway, for whatever reason, watching this game's combat reminded me of that. This is set in a full desert world, which honestly is like the new sewers of JRPGs to me. I'm personally just not really a big fan of deserts in RPGs, but other than that, it looks like a pretty sweet game. You can glide and slide through the sands and then use your magical powers to create shape-shifting weapons and sand-powered magic to blast your enemies into oblivion. Thank God it's also not open world too, because I'm sick to death of open world collectathons. Give me a linear story over an open world any day of the week. Number 7, Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, to be released August 10th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Let's continue our little old cartoon theme and talk about Gem and the Holograms from the 1980s. I used to love that show, but I also kind of had to watch it on the down low because it was a girls' cartoon, and my brother would actually tell on me for watching it. Yeah. But anyway, it was a different time back then. And I don't really know what the hell this game is. It says that it's a role-playing game, but to me it looks like a visual novel with 3 different personality paths that you can go down, and it looks like it was drawn straight out of the Archie comic strips. It doesn't look like my cup of tea personally, but I guess if you like musicals or visual novels, then you might want to check it out. Number 8. Hammerwatch 2, to be released on August 15th for the PC. Let's just continue our trip down memory lane, shall we? But this time, instead of cartoons, let's talk about those old Ultima games that came out on the NES and the SNES. You know, those ones with Lord British and Britannia and all that? I could never get into those games myself, but I definitely see the inspiration here for those that did love those games. Here you're going to be gathering up your party and journeying beyond the walls of the Castle of Hammerwatch to explore a pixelated world and aid King Roland's resistance while helping out the villagers along the way. Battle beasts, finish off the hordes of undead, and face the forces of evil in this epic ode to the classic Ultima RPGs. Number 9. Guild Wars 2, Secrets of the Obscure, to release on August 22nd for the PC. I literally have nothing to say about this game, so I'm just going to tell you a story instead. I've always said on my channel that I don't play MMOs, and everybody's response to the comment is why not? So, let me just tell you. Let's go back to 1999, my senior year of high school. It was here that I was introduced to my first MMO ever, EverQuest, which I adored. I would play all the time with my friend John. He played a cleric, and I played a shaman. Sometimes we grouped up together, sometimes he went off and did his own thing, but I ended up being the first level 60 shaman with an epic weapon on my entire server of Vazael. I was completely addicted to the game, and I only quit in 2002 whenever I ended up getting a C in an algebra college course. That was the wake-up call that I needed, and I quit cold turkey then and there. So anyway, Guild Wars is some expansion to some other MMO that I've never heard of, so I guess enjoy it if you play them. I don't. Number 10. Rhapsody, Marl Kingdom Chronicles, released on August 29th for the Nintendo Switch, PS5, and PC. I loved the original Rhapsody back on the original PlayStation. It wasn't just your typical strategy RPG, and it really turned all those familiar tropes on their heads. The game isn't like your high political intrigue, backstabbing and betrayal, with medieval swords and sorcery and dark evil wizards coming in to destroy the land. Instead, this is much more about a little girl wanting to bang a prince while singing about it and fighting with her rich bitch neighbor. Believe me, I was squealing with girlish glee throughout my playthrough 20 years ago. Now, the 2 sequels that were never released here in America are finally coming across the pond with a completely rehauled battle system to make it much more palatable for the modern audience. And I can't wait to go jaunting through the Marl Kingdom with girls and the gays by my side. Number 11. Sea of Stars, released on August 29th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I will be the first to say that there are some absolute bangers coming out this month, but this here is the crown jewel, taking inspiration from Chrono Trigger and using absolutely gorgeous pixel art. This thing has been hyped up to the nth degree, and rightfully so. Everything that I've seen just screams quality, and normally I don't do this, but I actually backed it over on the Kickstarter so I could get myself a physical copy because I really do think that this game is going to be the chained echoes of this year, and I just cannot wait. Do expect multiple videos about this one coming up at the end of the month. So that's it for all the RPGs releasing in August. What games are you most excited about, and what are you going to buy? Let's get a discussion going on here, and let's all talk and chat about it. I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you like what I do here on the channel, please head on over to the Patreon to sign up for early access to my videos, as well as behind-the-scenes photographs. The link to it is over in the video description. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.